and gentlemen, it is my prayer and hope that this video is going to find you when you're doing fine and in good health. I'm also doing fine at this peripheral end, so let me know where you're watching this video from, which country, which continent, and which state. From the Middle East, I'm doing fine, as you can see. I want to speak to particular issues, two of them, but a lot of gist in between. As the topic or the title of the video suggests, it's Nairobi teachers' reaction towards its GINTU and IAMMARWA Saga, one-sided. Again, we are going to look into ROCABRERA featuring DORINA in the project. Nairobi teacher also, its countless times has been on the spotlight on biasness. So these are the things that you want to look at. And in between, we are going to unravel the truth, we are going to unravel the biasness, we are going to use the video for illustrative purposes only. So in this channel, this is where we do comparative analysis. This is where we unravel and expose the lies, discounting the lies, stating the fact, and check on the reality going forward. So if you are ready for that kind of insight, so informative, then this is your channel and you better stick here, because more is going to be unearthed at the progressive stages of this video. So if you're coming across this channel and this video for the very first time, kindly click on the notification bell so that whenever I upload a video, YouTube shall notify you instantly. To my little subscriber, may God bless you abundantly. So let's dive in after the break. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my YouTube chit chat. My name is Inazak and this is my YouTube channel. Guys, there is a lot of things I want to discuss about. When GINTU was released from the prison, after the bail payment was done, GINTU seek a temporal relief or reprieve. The case is still ongoing. That's a matter of a fact. GINTU spoke of it. And I want to speak to particularly the particular incident when GINTU came out and started yapping, telling us that IAMMARWA told the police to go to GINTU's home and arrest GINTU when heavily harmed. It could be true or it could be not true, but I'm this of opinion that it is not true. So this is the gist that Nairobi teacher came in and went in, and Nairobi teacher just decided to give biased opinion. Maybe you understand them, because GINTU, we must route for GINTU and you must vote for him. Anything going against GINTU or going the masses, it might risk a backlash going forward. So this is what we want to deliberate on this disconnect, because there is biasness that I really saw, and there is an opinion bias that Nairobi teacher is not getting at all. Because I always like doing comparative analysis. I always like going backwards, because everything that we say on this YouTube channel serves as a record. And remember, whatever you say today, in the future could be used against you. That's why I normally give it to myself, that I involve myself, not just a mere reaction or a verbal outburst, laced with a lot of contemptuous biasness. But it is a brutal fact. It is a comparative analysis, video-based, illustrative, that shows you otherwise. Perhaps let's see how Honorable teacher came in and give biased opinion.
And they might find that there are much of the villagers here who could resist my arrest in terms of that one, or I could resist. And I talked about
okay, so first things first, as you hear GINTU speaking, he's saying that when the police were going to arrest GINTU, Marwa told the police that they should go there while very, very armed, because villagers around GINTU might decide to resist GINTU being arrested. So what does that tell you as somebody? Okay, I don't want to think as a reactor. I just want to think like the person who, like in class, we have people who understand things fast, and then we have those who are just somewhere there in the middle. They do understand and then they don't understand, and then we have those ones that completely do not understand anything that the teacher said, so the teacher has to repeat again. So I want to assume that I am that one that do not understand things very fast, and me being the person who do not understand things very fast, I clearly hear Gintu saying that the police were told to go there.
They can just come here,
okay,
and they might find that there are much of the villagers here who could resist my arrest. And
okay, so from my understanding, even if I don't understand things very fast, I'm not sharp in class, I'm dumb, I totally understand here Marwa is scared of Gintu and Gintu's influence in the village. So basically, Gintu is a threat to Marwa. That is what I understand. Okay, I might not be sharp in class, but according to how I understand that statement is that Marwa is scared because of the influence that Gintu has in the village, that he has to tell the police to go there while heavily armed, because villagers
watch the video,
might...
and the video itself speaks clearly about Gintu claiming that IAMMARWA is the one who told police to come to Gintu's home and arrest Gintu heavily armed, just because Gintu would mobilize the villagers to protect him from arrest. Let's start from there. Do you think IAMMARWA told police that way? And if IAMMARWA told the police, do you think it is the pressure of the police to tell Gintu what IAMMARWA told them? That is not how the police work. Let me tell you, Nairobi teacher is saying it's about thinking low. He doesn't want to think as a reactor or maybe a slow learner. It is not about being in school and slow learner. Here reaction, it's about investigation, and it's about giving the record that's already in this YouTube stream. Let me take you backwards, because the record itself will come and put these issues to rest. Number one, the first time was when Gintu was being arrested by Congress Dad. The police went there, 3 of them. So what transpired? Gintu mobilized people, most of the workers who protested being arrested. So that record is in the police record. So Gintu action is what is haunting Gintu, because that's the way Gintu behaved before. It is what is haunting Gintu, because it's a record well captured by the police. Secondly, Gintu fought 3 policemen, and he had to broke the tooth or the teeth of this police. That was an act of felony. What transpired then? Gintu decided to go a wall was missing in the village. Gintu rarely slept in his house. He could be sleeping in the bushes or friends' places. Gintu went off. You remember when Gintu was even bragging. Apart from that, Gintu took it up himself on the camera and filmed himself and started abusing the police, telling the police are nothing. In fact, he said the police are taking bribes. In fact, he accused the police that next time if you come into my presence, therefore you must come when you are ready, you must come when you are armed, because I will take you down, all of you. In fact, Gintu bragged of being a bouncer. Gintu bragged of being so powerful that he couldn't be taken down. This is on the record, and the police has got, or police intercepted that kind of clip. So if you see police headed to Gintu when heavily armed, it is because of the precedent that Gintu set. It is because of the past behavior that now the police has known the character of Gintu, that you cannot just go and arrest Gintu when you're not armed. So whether IAMMARWA told them or not, it was on record that the police was acting, that the person they are going to arrest is a very dangerous person, therefore we must arm ourselves with the teeth. We must arm ourselves with the teeth. Imagine, it is Gintu who welcomed the police to arm themselves. Gintu told us on the camera. So when Nairobi is coming to tell us that it's about thinking loud, it's about thinking hard, it's about slow learner, it's about opinion, you are entitled to your opinion. That's a matter of fact. But fact check must also be done. The informative, illustrative, and comparative analysis, that's what I'm doing. I will always come in to bridge that gap and remind you of the very fact that Gintu said. So it is not Marwa who told the police. Even if Marwa told the police, it was just a reminder. Police had already known what Gintu did, felony against the police, jesting and telling the police next time when you come and arrest me, be prepared and arm yourself with the teeth. Gitu even threatened the police that next time you come, he's going to train his dog and he will release his dog to the police. So you still want the police to go to at Gintu's place without arming themselves. So that is a fact check, and I've told you what Gintu said. So it is not IAMMARWA who told them. Whether IAMMARWA told them, because it's something that I spotted. So police also must be given information. Remember, the information itself, it is what is offering the intelligence and security. Without information, there is no security. So it was kudos. Police were justified. Whether IAMMARWA told them or told them, this is a character Gintu created himself. So let's Gintu stop running his mouth. Let's Gintu stop the outburst. It is Gintu's behavior that is haunting him right now. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. On the other hand, we saw Rocio and DORINA want to start a charity dubbed Project for Girl Child. In fact, I can mention and guide them to mention that kind of projects to be the girl child. You know, so this is a girl child project or the teenage mothers project, because they will go and reach both the teenage mothers, the young, the adult, and the eldest women. They are thinking of like starting to educate women of reproductive health, because DORINA states that this kind of thing has been a menace, and with her he has experienced the same, just because of sometimes you go and use sanitary towels that are not well, then you get infection under your bearded meat. So they took this program that they could be a champion, and DORINA would be the face of a girl child to reach the people. First of all, I want to say the project is noble. Is the project never been done in Nyaboanze? No. The project has been done by very many people. It was not started by Gintu. In fact, it started by several organizations that were also present within the Migori they used to reach even in school. Gintu started it, but Gintu at one point gave out. Rocio is coming up with this project, but in a different dimension, coupled with the teaching. You know, it wants it to be done so formally. So this is a project that well designed, that we are just waiting them to implement, or we see how it will transpire. So this is the thing that giving Nairobi teachers hard time, that Nairobi teachers is reading things that are not making sense. Perhaps let's listen to a Nairobi teacher bias opinion on this.
I think Gintu was not thinking, right? So Rocio is the only one who is thinking about sanitary towels to girls. Gintu wasn't. What Gintu was distributing was leaves. Okay, Gintu was not distributing sanitary towels. Gintu was distributing leaves. And what else?
Nobody's tried to thinking this before. Nobody. You are the one only, and this is going to help a lot of people, a lot of girls, young so. Girls, I hope so. Even women. Yes. Even women don't know how to manage their period times. Yes. Even let's help you. Yes. Even guys, the woman sometimes don't.
So you see, this woman or this lady here called DORINA, she's on a spree of us kissing. Sorry, but yeah, it is what it is. She's on that spree where she's done. She's not done with Jamaican uncle, but now she's here lying to Rocio that she's the first person ever in Nyabohanse to think about distributing sanitary towels to villages. When, as I remember correctly, Gintu was doing that last year. Like, Gintu did that for almost, I don't know how many months. He did that for quite some time, distributing sanitary towels. So, that comes to the question, why now? Guys, this to me is a money grabbing opportunity. These guys, all of them, Marwa, whatever, all of them, they are on a money grabbing spree where they feel like if they don't tap into it now, it's going to dry. but before it dries, they better make the most out of it. Okay? They better make the most out of it.
You know, even like me, sometimes I know a few, I don't know more. Yes. So when I will be in that class, maybe I will learn more about that. Yes. So we are
Nairobi teacher's biased opinion. And the reasons why I'm calling it biased opinion, because if Nairobi teacher could only single out Rocio and Dorina, and he never did it to Gintu, therefore it is biased. Because at this moment, Rocio and Dorina has just vested in opinion and an idea that they want to bring into an existence to implement. Therefore, the lazy gang have gone berserk, and now in outburst laced biasness. There is nowhere that Rocio and Dorina is saying that they're the first people to do that project, because maybe you're putting them out of context. Dorina was telling Rocio, because you're the one who is first thinking this project, which means the idea didn't originate from Dorina, it originated from Rocio. That is in the context. So when Dorina elucidated that Rocio is the one who thought it first, does not mean the implementation, because they haven't implemented. These people are still in the forming and generating an idea, and they need an advice. Now Nairobi teacher is transcribing the same to Gintu. You know, the people the person whom we can judge rightly, it is Gintu, because Gintu has implemented the project, and we know the good and the bad, and we know the reasons why Gintu decided to leave the project alone. So telling us that Gintu was the first, it's not even true. There are very many organizations that did it first, even before Gintu. Gintu just took somebody's idea. And in fact, the very first thing, if you know that kind of idea, it is on record. I think by this time, it's when Nairobi teacher had a problem with the health. Maybe you are not well aware. So let me bring you back to the speed. At that time, this is an idea that Rocio, upon arriving to Nyabo Alze, he even talked of it on camera, said that he wants to do a project with a girl child, more so the issues of sanitary towel. This is where Gintu picked the idea, and by that time, Gintu was within the presence of IAMMARWA. So when Gintu pulls out, Gintu took up this kind of project to do it. I've got no any bias in his opinion. It is a good project, a noble project that Gintu was doing. One, in the opinion that I want to air it so differently, the implementation itself was not proper, because there was no routine, because the beholder of the information dissemination was not a female gender. The reasons why I think the Rocio's project and DORINA project would be fine, because they experience that thing, therefore they know how to disseminate the information. It's a girl child and a girl child. You give them the facilitator and the peer educator who is a girl child, they will resonate with their own problem. Being that is a community that mostly lack of exposure, that talking openly about sexual reproductive matters themselves, it is not easy. Other people will shy. Therefore, it needs a woman like them to speak to them on matters sexual and reproductive health. And that one itself, it is what I believe this project will be fine. The lie and the biasness opinion that I'm saying here, it's when the Nairobi teacher is saying that it's reading malice, that the project that Rocio and DORINA want to start, it is the thought of IAMMARWA, for IAMMARWA to grab the monies that will come in from abroad. It's the same question. If Nairobi teacher couldn't talk that too, it's Gintu's project. Therefore, you have got no audacity and you have got no exclusive right to think that one towards Rocio and DORINA, because the Rocio and DORINA hasn't implemented anything. hasn't implemented anything. Because on the other side of this GINTU, you're saying that they don't have money, they need money for support from the donors. Yes. The same question I'm asking you, when GINTU was implementing the programs, where was GINTU getting the money? The money was coming from abroad as well. Where was the accountability? There was no accountability. But GINTU wants to impose himself and do accountability in Amara's place, an Amara's project. Was the project noble? It was noble. But was the implementation right? Implementation itself wasn't right, because GINTU lacked the requisite information to deliver to these people. The reasons why I'm saying that kind of GINTU's project was a group and a club meant to lure minors, and that's where only Mayani lured a minor, was taken to jail. That's where GINTU was given a platform to supply sanitary towel, but he was giving girlfriends. That one we were told by the ex-GINTU's wife. He told us GINTU was being given the sanitary pads, and these sanitary pads, GINTU could hoard them, go and give a few, and the rest GINTU could sell. GINTU would give the girlfriends. The ex-GINTU's wife told us plainly. But as anybody from the negative gang held GINTU's responsible, nothing. In fact, they never even commented about it. They never even talked about it, because they said they don't want drama. Others said the village shenanigans, they wouldn't want to speak about it. That's why I'm saying this is a biased opinion. It's a biased reaction, a biased analysis from Nairobi teacher. With me, I will always come and tell you the truth, and I will tell you how things happen. If they don't have to understand, therefore, it is their own problem. At this conversation, the problem is how the lazy gang normally give biased opinion. The problem is how they take sides. The problem is like they are very economical with the truth. They don't want. That's why anybody will come to combat them on that area with the truth. Therefore, will be labeled, will be called names, will be intimidated. A lot of things. Sometimes they even send their wildest and negative keyboard reactors to come and abuse you. Several of them are abusing me here every day. But with me, I told them, fire for fire. You come in a manner that you think you are so contempt to me, therefore I will triple it, or I will double it. You know, it's fire for fire. You come in a manner that you didn't see that you can take me down. I will take you down 3 times. That's what I told them. So it's better at the moment you speak the truth, and truth is set you free. In all these 3 fears, GINTU's reaction and GINTU's thing and gesturing, it is well documented in this YouTube street, and we've reacted to them. So when the teacher of the negative naysayers will come in to start and twisting, we'll always remind them on the very fact that these things are documented. The police is having the record of GINTU that warrants them to arm themselves to teeth when they're going to arrest GINTU. When GINTU saw them, nobody called GINTU that the police are come. GINTU was caught unawares, and that is the information that I need to give you for the first time. GINTU was caught unawares, and when GINTU saw the guns, GINTU couldn't run, because that one would tantamount like you be gunned down. Remember, after our president told the police that now when somebody or the Gen Zs or anybody trying to play with you, shoot them at the leg. That's what GINTU feared most. So GINTU had to comply. GINTU have to comply. Any other story that GINTU wants to tell you are not making sense. So in this channel, we'll always give you the insight, the positive one, and we'll always outburst them, not with lies, not with outright contempt, but with the truth that we'll always post on this channel going forward. So with that few remarks, guys, let me know what you think at the comment section. Until next time, this is your boy Senior Zach.